This asparagus soup is the perfect example of root to fruit cooking. I'm gonna use the whole stock. I'm gonna use the bottoms to make a stock, the middles for the soup itself, and I'm gonna garnish with the tips. So I've already made my asparagus stock, which basically means I took chicken stock, the tops of these leeks over here, and the bottoms of these asparagus over here, and I just simmer them together. And what that does is it just gives the stock extra flavor, and then I just strained it out, and this is what I've got. So, I've been heating up my pot, and I'm just gonna start with my oil. It's very hot. I'm gonna add a little bit of rice. This is what's gonna thicken the soup. And by giving it a little saute with the leeks first, it's just gonna give it a little toasty flavor. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Season as you go so that you can build layers of flavor. That's one of those things they teach you in cooking school. Not that I ever went to cooking school, but I did learn it from someone who did. And then when the leeks get nice and soft and the rice is a little bit golden, you're just gonna add some of your stock, not all of it, just a little bit of it. And now I'm just gonna let this cook until the leeks are really tender and the rice is almost completely tender. And now I'm gonna add the asparagus. So I'm just gonna let this cook just until the asparagus are tender. It should take about 7 to 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna test the asparagus. And yep, that fork slips right in. But it's not totally mushy, so that's just right. Over here, I have a food mill. A food mill is a great way to puree something when you want to keep a little bit of the texture, which is good because you don't want it to be like baby food. You want just a little bit of a bite. If you use a food processor or blender, that's fine too. Just don't overdo it. And then just kind of scrape the bottom as you go. And I'm just gonna put this right back in the pot to reheat it and season it. The most important part of making the soup, I think, is getting the seasonings right. Because if it's bland or a little bit flat, you need to bring out the flavor of the asparagus. So salt it well, and then lemon. And I'm just adding a pinch of tarragon here. And I'm also gonna use tarragon later because I'm gonna serve this soup with some Ricotta Crostini, which is super simple. You just take a baguette, you toast it, you rub it while it's still warm with a cut garlic clove, and then you mix ricotta with a little bit of tarragon, salt, and pepper, and you put it on top. And it's ready to serve. Just ladle some in a bowl. So these are my asparagus tips, and all I've done is just blanched them really quickly, just so they're just tender, and I'm just gonna use them as garnish right here. Right in the bowl. And then every time you scoop some up, sometimes you're just gonna get smooth soup, and sometimes you're gonna get this lovely bite of asparagus. It's a really nice texture. If you think about it, this is like the springtime version of a wintry tomato soup with a grilled cheese sandwich. Just dunk it right in there.